Well, hello everybody. What we're going to do today is make some jewelry for Barbie. We've got green and pink beads, and we've got this beautiful wire, very, very thin, soft golden wire that we're going to use. I also have clear elastic thread, but we won't be doing that right now. So we're going to just take our Barbie and measure a length of the wire that we need to go around her neck, and we'll make it a little bit longer than necessary because we can always cut it shorter, and we want to have enough to tie the ends together. And what we're going to do first is put a knot in one end so that the beads won't fall through. So I'm just tying off the end, but you can also just squish it up into a little ball at the end so that the beads don't fall off. Then we take the beads and poke the end of the wire through the hole in the bead. Now some of these beads are teeny tiny, and the tiny ones are much more difficult to work with. There's just no question, and I've got big fingers, so it's harder for me, and the wire I find is a little bit easier to poke through than it is with the elastic clear plastic thread, but that does also work well. So you can see here I'm threading it by holding the bead in one hand and poking the wire through with the other. You want to think carefully about the color of the beads and the order in which you want them. You can just go randomly, of course, and just go for a random design, or you can try and keep it symmetrical. You might want to count 3 small dark green ones and then go with 2 light and repeat that pattern. You might want to even play around with it and lay it out in advance, but that's really up to you. The idea is that we just keep stringing the beads along. It's slow, it's time consuming, but you can get really, really interesting patterns, and it depends a lot on the beads that you're using. For this one, I'm just going to keep using the green beads. There's clear ones, and there's opaque ones, and there's sparkly ones, and I was having a lot of fun with all of them. And so now we're just going to keep going, adding the beads, different colors, different patterns. I did a bunch of 10 little opaque light green ones. I like the look of that. And then I repeated the sequence. So I then started a second batch of those 10 together because I thought that looked kind of nice. But really, whatever you want to do is going to be just fine. And then when you're finally happy with the length, it's time to tie off the wires at the end, and it's kind of hard to do that. I didn't leave enough wire. I should have made it a bit longer. It's kind of difficult to tie the ends when you've got big fingers like I do, but I then got some needle-nosed pliers, and that helped me tie off the ends. So you can see there I'm kind of struggling with it, folding one over the other, trying to make a knot, tying them down. Now also with wire, the ends are pretty sharp when you've cut them, so you want to make sure that the ends are folded in and out of the way so they don't scratch little fingers when kids are playing with these. So that was difficult to do when they're long because it's easier to tie them up and then just cut off the ends that you don't need. But I was still very happy with how it turned out, and there I am using the pliers, and that bent them down. The sharp ends were bent down and tucked in, so they weren't a safety hazard anymore. And then I tried them on my big hair doll, but it didn't fit over her head, but it fit over my Made to Move Barbie. Hi and bye! She loves her new jewelry. If you enjoyed this video, please click the subscribe button down below and ring the bell next to it, and you'll be notified of all my future videos. And look below, see where my Instagram account is with Barbie clothes and my other videos. Thanks for watching.